Dave. My name's Darryl Haus. I'm the Maître D with Bloom Restaurant at Conestoga College. Today we're going to be making a Hascap Bramble and a root beer syrup. Brambles are an old English cocktail that use most that are gin and then some kind of fruit, juice, and sweet. So we're using Hascaps, and Hascaps are a berry that I picked last weekend in Northern Ontario. They do grow in this sort of in a northern climate. They like rocky soil, and so they're sort of a perfect introduced berry to the north. And the farm that I was on had a number of Hascap bushes planted. Hascaps, they sort of look like a blueberry and taste like a raspberry. And so they're very unique. A lot of people haven't tried them before, but I highly recommend if you see them at the farmer's market, or you are in Northern Ontario and you see them at a roadside stand, you should definitely try them. They're great for snacking on, as well as they make great syrups, great cocktails, and they make really good ice cream. So today, the Bramble, we'll be using Dillon's Dry Gin, lemon, Hascap syrup, as well as fresh mint. So for a Bramble, the first thing I'm going to start off with is crushed ice. So I'm going to fill my Lewis bag with ice cubes, and I'm going to crush them. Now, the reason we use a Lewis bag is because it's made of canvas and it absorbs the extra water, so it keeps your ice nice and dry. For the Bramble, I'll be using my Boston shaker, my 1.5 ounce jigger, and my juicer. So I'm going to start with 1.5 ounces of dry gin, half an ounce of Hascap syrup, half an ounce of lemon juice, and 1/4 ounce of simple syrup. Now, when I'm making a Bramble, I like to select my mint. The prettiest mint I'm going to use for a garnish, and I like to have a nice big bouquet for a Bramble. So I'm going to pick the nice top ones. And the ones that are a little less pretty, maybe they're a little beat up, I'm actually going to take those and I'm going to add them in to my cocktail. With my rocks glass, I'll fill it up with my crushed ice from the Lewis bag, and I'm gonna almost overfill it. I'm gonna let it kind of pile up over the top, because the ice is part of the garnish in this cocktail. Now I'm gonna add some fresh ice to my Boston shaker. And then I'm gonna combine these two. I want to shake that for about 7 seconds. Using my Hawthorne strainer, I'm gonna strain it over the top of the crushed ice. I'm gonna garnish with my bouquet of fresh mint. And I'm gonna drop a couple of the Hascat berries on the top. And that is a Hascat Bramble. All the ingredients that we're using, aside from a couple of the spices today, are all sort of locally foraged or found. Welcome to Bloom's Kitchen. We're gonna make our root beer syrup. For our root beer syrup, we're gonna use 150 grams of sarsaparilla root into our pan. We've got 5 cloves and 5 allspice berries also into the pan. I'm gonna toast these off until they become aromatic. Okay? When I can start to smell them, I don't want to see it smoking or turning brown, but as the sarsaparilla root and the spices start to heat up, you're gonna start to smell them a lot stronger. So I'm gonna do that on medium heat. Once my roots and my spices are toasted, I'm going to add my white sugar, my maple syrup, and my birch syrup. Once my sugars are added, I'm gonna add my water. And I'm gonna return to the heat to bring it to a simmer. Once your syrup has simmered, now you can add your herbs. So we're gonna be adding the anise hyssop and our wintergreen leaves. Once I've added my herbs, I'm gonna give it a good stir and return it back to the heat just till it comes to a simmer. Take it off the heat and allow it to steep for about 4 hours. I want all the flavor from those dried herbs to infuse, right? And I want it to, you'll notice that the syrup will become clear. You'll see the herbs and the roots will kind of be hanging in it. And we're gonna strain all of those out through a fine mesh strainer. To make our drink, we're gonna use a Collins glass. And we're gonna fill it right up to the top with fresh ice. And then our cooled off root beer syrup. We will add 2 ounces over top of the ice. We're gonna top it with soda water. And give it a quick stir. Now we're gonna garnish this root beer with mint and some fresh cedar. I think you'll enjoy that.